Marshall University, it is my honor to declare open proceedings of the College Diploma Ceremony of the 519th Convocation of the University of Chicago, and to introduce the university's 13th President, Robert J. Zimmer. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the College Diploma Ceremony. We're very pleased that you're able to be with us to celebrate the hard work, personal growth, and overall achievement that we recognize today with the degrees that conferred this morning and the diplomas we are about to award. The University of Chicago is a complex institution with many schools and divisions in addition to the college, awarding many different degrees. The college, however, plays a very particular and central role in the fabric of the university. It is the one part of the university in which students' education is by design connected to all the divisions and schools. Consequently, it is the one place where faculty from around the university come together to craft a common curriculum for students that they share. In this way, the college is an expression of the values and fundamental principles of the university and an important intellectual meeting ground for all students and faculty, testing ideas from students and faculty with a startling range of interests and perspectives. Today we celebrate your individual achievements and welcome you as new alumni of the university. But we also celebrate your role in the ongoing history of the university, in the development of the very distinctive education and culture that in your time here you help to reinforce and renew with your work every day. I hope you enjoy this moment and the personal milestone it represents, and I hope you take pride in your individual achievements as well as your contributions, past and future, to the stewardship of one of the great treasures of higher education in the world, the College of the University of Chicago. Congratulations.
As Provost of the University, it is my pleasure to introduce 3 members of the class of 2013-2014 who will be offering remarks this afternoon. They will be speaking in the following order: Katherine Burkhart, Samuel Levine, and Aerik Francis.
Good afternoon. President Zimmer, Dean Boyer, distinguished faculty, friends and family, and fellow members of the class of 2014. Congrats, we made it. Yeah. Each of us stands in front of you to express our gratitude and to express our love for our university. My love for UChicago, though, was largely forged not by my presence on campus, but by my absence from it. Like most of you, I arrived at this university in the fall of 2010, wide-eyed and anxious. Like many of you, I felt threatened by fixtures on this campus with loud opinions and even louder voices, and wondered if I could ever really thrive here. And so, like a small handful of you who I see have similarly found your way back, I transferred universities at the earliest possible opportunity. 19-year-old me would have said that I returned to UChicago as a matter of practicality. When your heart walks the line between 2 immensely different atmospheres, it's easy to feel like neither can fully function as a home, and then to let the US News and World Report function as the arbiter of your future. Today, though, I know that it's the community sitting before me that made and still makes this university so difficult to leave. For years, you've been praised for your intelligence, for your work ethic, for your willingness to tweak that opening paragraph just one more time. But for all its shortcomings, the Common App was able to flag what makes each of you so special, both to me and to this university. It's true, you are intelligent, sometimes aggressively so, but you're also talented and passionate and worldly and curious in ways that fill the gaps in perspective and humanity my first 19 years left open. Don't get me wrong, Attending a school near home was fun. It was like going to Summer Breeze every day and senior pub night every night. That wasn't a joke. It was also reassuring. I knew how to thrive in such a place because for the first time since high school, I was surrounded by people who were just like me. And it's comforting to see a reflection of yourself in each of your classmates. But when we talk about life of the mind, we're not talking about what's comfortable. We're talking about growth, which is exactly what I stood to lose from leaving this place. I don't need to tell you that UChicago students are uncommon because you already know that. What you might not know, though, is that each of you is all the better for it. The things that make the UChicago experience uncommon and, at times, uncomfortable are the same things that make it so valuable. As a first year, I'd stay up all night filling out transfer applications, determined to live out the fabled best 4 years of my life on any campus that wasn't this one. Of course, the great irony is that now I haven't slept in days because I can't stand to waste the moments I still have left with each of you. My understanding is that these kind of speeches usually begin with some anecdote and end with an allegory to commemorate our leaving this place. But for the life of me, I can't find a narrative to narrow down 4 years of history into a metaphor for this moment. So instead, I'll say this. Each of you is headed somewhere, and I'm so grateful to be able to tell you in person that I hope you get there. Thank you very much. Congratulations, guys.
Not too long ago, in a desperate moment of procrastination while I was writing my BA, I found an online version of our Aims of Education address from 4 years ago. Sitting in the pews of Rockefeller, we were promised in that speech that one of the aims of education was love. When I read the speech a few weeks ago, holed up in the 3rd floor of the Reg, I was baffled. Love? I thought. Love was definitely not what I was feeling as I was quickly running out of time to write my paper. At the time, love was definitely not the verb that I would have used to describe how I was feeling about my BA, college in general, or the endless hours of my life spent in the Reg. It seemed almost silly to think that love was an essential part of our time here. We've been taught over and over that the way to truth is reason, uncontaminated by passion. And we've used reason, not love, to tackle enormous ideas here. Ideas of supply and demand, of Dasein and being, gender and identity, literature and medicine. These are just a fraction of the ideas that each member of this class of 2014 will use to impact the world in both theory and in practice. But as graduation approached, I couldn't shake the idea that more than anything, our time here has been about love. It was love that caused our families to let us leave home and come here from every corner of the country and the world to pursue our passions. And in our 4 years here, we've learned not just how to think, but the importance of this kind of love. We've learned that for something to be meaningful, it doesn't have to serve a function. It is a good unto itself. To me, this is the very core of what it means to love, to find joy in something or someone simply for what it is. This love isn't some abstract concept, but something tangible we felt over and over during our time here. We felt it late one night probably in the reg, working together with friends to prepare for an exam. We felt it during an office hour when we signed up for a 20-minute slot with a professor, but wound up speaking with her for an hour, bouncing ideas back and forth that weren't even related to class. For some of us, these moments of love may have been entirely unrelated to school. We might have felt love on a late-night trip to the Point, staying up until 3 talking in our house lounge, or even on top of a table at SciU. A few years from now, we might not remember Marx's theory of the commodity fetish or what Sanderson said about the law of one price, but what we will remember are moments of love. We'll remember these moments because they remind us of the infinite possibilities of loving, that when we explore for the sake of exploring, think for the sake of thinking, and love for the sake of loving, we can discover things about ourselves and the world that we never thought possible. But there's also something risky about the love we've experienced here. It's tempting to see this love as a thing of the past, a memory of the best times of our lives that we can never get back. That kind of nostalgia can be paralyzing. It can leave us grasping further and further into the past for something we can't relive. And instead of bringing us closer to others, this nostalgic love can make us feel more and more alone. So, like everything else we've learned here, this love is something that shouldn't just be remembered, but something we should constantly carry with us. It can push us not just to seek meaning by ourselves, but to find others to share that meaning with. And in a world that will demand efficiency and pragmatism, the love that we've learned will urge us to explore whatever we encounter, no matter how mundane. It will allow us to take the ordinary and find the extraordinary. And perhaps most importantly, this ability to love, to find endless possibilities for meaning wherever we are, is what made all of those nights in the reg worth it after all.
Sorry, I said I was going to do this when I came up here. All right, thanks. Everything in the world began with a yes. One molecule said yes to another molecule, and life was born. These words by author Clarice Lispector offer a simple yet deeply profound fact that movement and action begin from the affirmation of an idea. Unstated in this quote, however, is the claim that everything in the world must have begun with a question from which one could answer yes. From our uncommon questions asking us, how did we get caught, right down to the questions on our last final exam. UChicago has asked us questions we've never thought about before, and we asked many in return right back. Here, today, we receive our final UChicago yes. So, why do we want that yes? Why did we come to the University of Chicago? I mean, I wish I could say I came to UChicago for 4 amazing years packed with cake filled with rainbow and smiles. I wish I could say that UChicago never made me feel stressed out, frustrated, or sleep deprived, and it did all of those things. But none of us came here for those things. We didn't come here just to learn. We could have done that anywhere. No, we came for a particular kind of education. We came here knowing that UChicago would push us to our limits intellectually, knowing that we would be surrounded by bright and quirky minds, knowing that Chicago, with all of its spirit and shortcomings, would be our home for at least a few more years. We came here to grow. So, we survived the core. We endured the quarter system. We braved snowpocalypse and multiple polar vortices. We scavved, we regged, we questioned each other, we questioned ourselves, and we grew. The simple fact is that our experience was never just about this grass or those buildings, a core class, or even our majors. Our time here is only as unique as all of us, the people that make UChicago what it is. The changes we made, records we set, the ideas we thought, the hundreds of questions that we asked are all sewn into the fabric of the university and are also what we take away after leaving. This is the power of inquiry, the power to shape. And this power is rooted in the connections we make and the questions we ask. We can help shape communities. We can help shape markets. We can help shape minds. And we know this because of how we shape others and how we've been shaped by others here. It is more than just having and cultivating this power, though. While we have the tools and the power, they mean nothing if we do nothing. The world is wrought with its problems. The people who can solve them are the ones who can ask not only what the problems are, but why and how to fix them, how to solve these problems, and why those solutions might work. We must question the institutions we inhabit and the spaces we occupy, and work to change them for the better. This is our responsibility. Today, the class of 2014 comes together for our last hurrah, the end of one journey and the beginning of many more. I've learned never to be afraid to ask the tough questions. So, some questions for all of you. What will you become? What will you do with these newfound skills and experiences? The answers to these questions are important, but it is even more important that we remember to continue asking these questions and remain devoted to learning more about the world, about ourselves, and how we can improve both. Today, I want us leaving knowing the immense power and privilege we possess by being UChicago graduates, and to use that to challenge others and to change the world. We came here ambitious and brilliant, but we leave better than before, with many answers, but even more questions. The very first step to changing the world is simply asking. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2014.
At this time, in the favoring presence of the congregation here assembled, we will begin the awarding of diplomas to students by collegiate divisions. The masters of the collegiate divisions and the university marshal will present candidates whose major fields of study fall in their respective areas. At the start of each collegiate division's presentation, we will grant the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Awards for excellence in undergraduate teaching. The Quantrell Award is believed to be the nation's oldest prize for undergraduate teaching and is among the most treasured by our faculty, for selection is based on letters of nomination from students. I should also like to call your attention to the Award of Honors listed in the convocation program. The presentation of Quantrell Awards and college graduates will be in the following order: the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division, the Humanities Collegiate Division, the New Collegiate Division, the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division, the Social Sciences Collegiate Division, and finally, students in any division selected for their high academic achievement to serve as student marshals.
Gregory Dwyer is an ecologist who studies the dynamics of insect pests attacking forest trees. To examine this problem, he elegantly meshes mathematical modeling and field experiments to explain broad geographical patterns. He's exceptional in his ability to reveal the power of this interplay between math and biology, a principle that he instills in his students and that has importance far beyond the field of theoretical ecology. He's described by his students as an engaging and approachable instructor with an uncanny ability to present the most complex material with ease. His courses are appreciated as both challenging and illuminating. As one student said of his class, "My biggest complaint is that there wasn't enough of it." Clearly, Greg has established himself as a remarkably effective teacher who not only excites students about the field of ecology, but also about the broader issues of how to rigorously describe biological processes. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Gregory Dwyer for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching.
Scholar of ecology and inspiring teacher, Gregory Dwyer challenges his students to understand population processes through the integration of theoretical and empirical approaches. Gregory Dwyer, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Biological Sciences Collegiate Division, I had the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the biological sciences. Ursula Caroline Adams, Elizabeth Omoluyi Adesanya, Jason Hugh Ernie, Aisha Ahmad, Ryan Numer Ahmed, Gustavo Alvarez, Tasmin Anima, Lavinia Midori Ansai, Alexandra Augustinowitz, Gladys Judy Banfor, Sarah Elizabeth Barnes, sorry. MD Asfar Basunia, Stephanie Lynn Baumgart, Jacob Singer Becker, Helen Alexander Balinson, Kimberly Catherine Benson, Julian Meyer Berger, Hannah Ruth Spencer Bleeker, Philly Bodanich, Daniel Keeler Borger, Patricia Marie Brandt. Kelsey Marie Brokaw. Michaela Laurel Brown. Andrew Taylor Burchill. Sarah Victoria Burley. Catherine Elizabeth Burns. Mariela Beniz Camarillo. Catherine Ann Cassidy. Sandrine Janice Cassels. Catherine Castro. Marina Esmeralda Castro. Angelo Michael Cavoto. Mayuri Chandran. Calvin Chow. Peggy Kai Chu. Hook Jun Choi. Valerie S. Chu. Payal Chowdhury. Alexander Earl Colburn. Lillian Mary Dasso. Christopher David Delaney. Patrick Michael Delaney. Susan J. Doe. Elizabeth Rose Doman. James Edward Dewar. Kritika Dusad. Samantha Ashley Evans. Courtney Ann Feller. Adam Richard Filipowitz. Rachel C. Foltz. Leslie May Gayu. Amisha Danish Gandhi. Megan Elizabeth Garvey. Helen Caroline Giles. Adrian Son Gomez Wen. Alexandra Greatsinger. Ashley Kate Green. Sally Zhechen Gu. Wen Guan. Andrew Gusef. Ryan Christopher Haggart. Benjamin Reed Hammer. James Adam Hannon Hatfield. Amelia Biscombe Hansen. Lyda Suzanne Treistman Harris. Jared Thomas Hinkle. Maxine Love Hopkins. Sarah Laurie Hune. Rachel Jameau. Alice Joe. Jasmine Jana Johnson. Natalia Marie Jovanovic. Tamara Zara Kawadri. Brooke Ann Kelly. Hae-In Kim. Sawyer Reed Kiskin. Katerina Sun Konstantinov. Kimberly Kelly Kucharski. Jenna Marie Kyriazis. Alice Ju-Hyun Lee. Jean A. Lee. Jennifer Amy Lee. Nicole Da-On Lee. Benjamin Harris Lakeman. Noah Boas Morse Lemelson. Dora Hongyu Lin. Jeffrey Lee Liu. Christian Allen Lowe. Shoshe Ma. Lizette Alejandra Melo Bennett. Amari Itzael Michel. Kyle Peter Michelson. John George Miller. Michael August Miller. Geet Kavya Minama Reddy. Oops. Wait a minute. Okay. Abdullah I. Mohammed. Leika Nair. Himo Nilakantan Numbutiri. Sorry. Chase Christian Nolan. Katherine Lee Nord. Amanda Marie Dina Owens. John Jinsong Park. Yunhee Park. Nishant Ketan Patel. Ruchi Patel. Juliana Dawn Peebles. Brian Force Peterson. Conrad Johann Aman Peter. Charles Foster Pierce. James Jared Porter. Frank Kian. Pratima Radhakrishnan. Robert Louis Rafidi. Suryaleka Rajan. Krishna C. Ravella. Tololope Otokini Rosanwo. Zachary Martin Ross. Mariam Abidali Saifuddin. Madeline Bird Sankaran. Candace Faye Schwarzenberg. Marianne Andrea Senechko. Ashley Anika Seymour. Mitra Fatima Sharifi. Zachariah Sarif Sidi. Sarah Shockey. Julia Yunlin Shi. Elisa Joanna Scar. William B. Steinberg. Celine Louise St. Pierre. Margaret Ann Stuckey. Shinyi Su. Victoria Sun. Bianca Lucia Tamez Buccino. Alexander Richard Terry. Shelley Ty. Jordan Swanson Thiel. Lida Anita To. Peter Tian Trong. Rachel Lee Umans. Anand Hemad Upadhyaya. John Philip Vaughn. Melissa Esther Velasquez. Ellen Lane Werner. Nora Eliana Vivanco Gonzalez. Vivian Wan. Eric Feng Wang. Ryan Shufei Wang. Allison Barry Weaver. Andrew Daniel Webster. Kariana Elizabeth Weiss. Chloe Elise Weisberg. Marlee Rose Wesselhoff. Kelsey M. Wheeler. Michaela Eileen Marie Whitelaw. Rebecca Ann Wilson. Shase Zhou. Emma Yi. Heather Keolani Yi. Michelle Youngji Yun. Elizabeth Areti Zale. Jane Yuran Zhang. Jeremy Penin Ziering.
Gabriel Richardson Lear, Professor, Department of Philosophy, and the John U. Neff Committee on Social Thought in the College will present the next Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and Dean by the Master of the Humanities Collegiate Division.
Daniel Brudney is a philosopher who studies political and moral theory. His work moves seamlessly from abstract discussion of human dignity and autonomy to philosophical engagement with imaginative literature to biomedical ethics. For many years, he has co-taught an innovative undergraduate course with doctors from the McLean Center for Clinical Medical Ethics. Students say he is a fantastic lecturer who pushes them to clarify their views. Quote, Professor Brudney has a way of lecturing and posing questions that make students think. His questions always have a catch to them, and a simple answer will never be adequate. Debates in medical ethics and political philosophy are complicated and often emotional. Students are grateful for his help in distinguishing and understanding the moral principles at stake. As one student says, quote, that is difficult to do, and what makes taking a class on these issues so worthwhile. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Daniel Brudney for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching.
Wide-ranging philosopher and challenging teacher, Daniel Brudney inspires his students to draw on humanistic reflection to orient themselves in a morally complex world. On behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon Daniel Brudney the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Humanities Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the humanities. Dean Stephen Atchison. Jessica Monasolo Adepoju. Phoebe Abrash Aladis. Alex Jackson Allen. Rebecca Idalia Alvarez Heck. Daniela Simone Anea. Kelsey R. Anderson. Carolina Baizan. Alexa Rose Baker. Amanda Jane Bennett. Joanna Ruth Belinsky. Taylor Hughes Brogan. James Henry Brooks. Peter Ross Brooks. Samuel C. Butler. Ian Christopher Calloway. Georgios Kambanis. Flavio Conjema. Brianna Lee Kaplan. Dana Elizabeth Castillo. Kathleen Ann Colley. Jennifer Sujeen Che. Nicole Catherine Cherry. Michael Francis Thomas Coffer. Benedict John Constantino. Cameron Nicholas Cunningham. Loger Clayton Dom. Cynthia Louise Dapondi. Valentina Delicia. Zoe Irlen Dobbs. Tess Catlin Drummond. Alexandra Michelle Doucette. Cordelia Jean Duff. Adam Fleming Dunleavy. Philip Harry Ehrenberg. Grace Elizabeth Newberry Fouquet. Jane Marie Fentress. Erin Jean Ferguson. Ariel Mono Fishman. Erin Megan Fitzgerald. Daniel Michael Flaherty. James Lincoln Fleming. Alessio Franco. Lily Mirabel Friedman. Alicia Larn French. Gabriel H. Friedman. Hannah Catherine Fulmer. James Gabriel Garcia. Emily Irina Jerry. Clara Bluestein Gibbons. Grace Elizabeth Gleason. Joanna Katarina Glor. Zachary S. Goldhammer. Julia Ann Goldsmith Pinkham. Jacob Philip Goldstone. Paul Michael Goodrich. Alexander Paul Gordon. Yadav Subramanya Gaudu. Eric Adrian Green. Jessica Rachel Green. James Clifton Grove. Karen Y. Gu. Anna Katharina Gustafsson. Claire Hughes Hafner. Olivia Lauren Haynes. Julia Devereaux Harper. Dylan Harris. Nathan Edward Harris. Amelia Jane Hawkins. John Thomas Hazinski. Christopher Ryan Hester. Anna Aurora Hill. Nathaniel Stephen Hill. Laura Brooke Hillegas. Ryan Ho. Brian Francis Hoye. Emily Elizabeth Holland. Hannah Marin Hocraft. Sabrina Yu Yang Tse. Justin Edward Hudgens. Allison Hing Shun Hung. Eve Marie Hoopert. Zev Dov Horich. Amir Abdulkadir Inan. Victor Alejandro Yaramia. Elizabeth Mee J. Ellen Garnett Kladke. Joshua Kovinsky. Yasmin Say Krings. Christian Dominic Kubek. Chester Kwan. Janet J. Kwan. Catrice K. Lasley. Rachel Alex Lazar. Michelle Chen Chen Lee. Shang Ok Lee. Daniel Castañeto Lewis. Elizabeth Bauer Lewis. Alicia Anru Liang. Linda Liu. Juliana Barton Locke. Linda Lopez. Colin Lo Yu Kong. Joshua James Lowy. Nori R. Liu. Chet Moy Lubarsky. Nicholas Andrew Lurquin. Jonathan Thomas Yu Kai Ma. Alia Maria Makulum. Paul Michael Mahoney. Amanya Lisa Rudisel Maloba. Sarah Ann Manocherian. Hallie Faye Markbrighter. Melissa Marquez. Stephen Eugene Marone. Alisa McDonald Martin. Christian Stephen Martinez. David P.B.L. Mongatanga. James Baltzer McGanny. Sam Whitman McGrath. Jeremy Eli McKee. Miranda Dorothy Means. Yuri Das Melnick. Jamie Morgan Mermelstein. Catherine Elizabeth Miller. Anna Miriam Moss. Gwendolyn Elizabeth Murian. Moe Sanabel Nakayama. Allison Baker Newman. Jeffrey Scott Niedermeyer, Jr. Jillian Ray Niller. Valia D. Lily O'Donnell. Stephanie Maria Orline. Zoe Blair Oliver Gray. Silva Nadine Osborne. Kathleen Agnes O'Shea, Kyle Von News Painter, Paige Eleanor Paulson, Justin Michael Pierce, Robert Nicholas Pedroso, Alia Marielle Penn, Caitlin Constance Phillips, Ritu Prasad, Connie Renee Prater, Sarah Elizabeth Murphy Prescott, Adam Harry Prisbal, Jennifer Hanying Chu, Michael Murray Reinhardt, Ashley Megan Rochelle, Rachel Ilana Richmond, Catherine Hyla Ruande, Catherine Anderson Running, Esther Schoenfeld, Jacob Henry Goldberg Schultz, Aaron Eli Segal, Alexander Roberto Sellers, Abushel Shakir, Matthew Ryan Shanahan, Benjamin Gordon Silver, Mariella Wright Simmons, Jeffrey Michael Sloan, Aya B. Smith, Harrison Darrell Smith, Hannah Rebecca Sorshore, Lena Claire Sparks, Samantha Ruth Stombuk, Kaylee Nicole Steck, Gwendolyn Louise Stegal, Andrew Pavone Stockberger, Rebecca Stromberg, Jan Tomasz Tabaczynski, Adam Hewlett Thomas, Allison Rose Tomel, Eric Daniel Thurm, Sabina Francesca Vaccarino Bremner, Alejandro Vasquez, Victoria Vasquez, Jana Louise Vey, Catherine Irene Vlasic, Kevin Michael Folrat, Katarina Ursula Vradeles, Tekla Grace Walter, Emily S. Wong, Ryan Joseph Weiss, Alexandra Drygas Williams, Lucas Manuel Williams Serdan, Catherine Claire Withacombe, Sarah Volovic, Lauren Kelsey Wright, Lyda Z. Wu, Philip Christopher Yor,
The Master of the new Collegiate Division will now present graduates to the President and the Dean.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the new Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the new Collegiate Division. Griffin Andrew Brunk, Emmeline Livingston Campbell, Nicholas McKinnon Carter, Eugene Chong, Hillary Marlis Clifford, Rachel Dylan Gittleman. Francis Harvey. Adam Joshua Janowski. E. Nori Kaplan Kelly. Lauren Elizabeth Kelly Jones. Samuel Raphael Levine. Joy Yuzu Mao. Sean Alexander McClellan. Nadine Marie Mena. Charles Clay Nickens. Ania Hannah Raskin. Catherine Patricia Rittenhouse. Alexandra Jean Scott. Kevin Charles Siegel. Grace Siu Lin Wong. Zhang Yuan Zhu.
Richard F. Jordan, Professor, Department of Chemistry in the College and Chair, Department of Chemistry, will now present the next Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and Dean by the Master of the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division.
David A. Mazziotti is an internationally recognized chemist who is developing theoretical and computational models that enable scientists to predict more efficiently and accurately the dynamic behavior of electrons in molecular systems. His approaches are providing new insights to a wide range of phenomena, ranging from the mechanistic details of chemical reactions to the properties of complex materials. He teaches with the same passion, imagination, and rigor that he brings to his research, and his students praise the organization and clarity of his lectures, his positive attitude, and his commitment to making chemistry interesting and fun to learn. As one of his students wrote, Professor Mazziotti's lectures were always engaging and informative, and he clearly had fun teaching, which made it fun for the students. He really knows his material and can explain it very well. Mr. President, I have the honor to present David A. Mazziotti for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching.
David A. Mazziotti helps students to view chemistry as not only understandable but enjoyable, and encourages them to draw upon their University of Chicago experience to achieve a better understanding of the role of science in the modern world. David A. Mazziotti, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Master of the Physical Sciences Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the physical sciences. Hiba Fatima Ahmed. D.I. Ifudayo Ajiboye. Shawnee Monique Alex. Lokesh Krishnan Anand. Marcelo Sarkis Atala. Rachel Lydia Atlas. Stephen Arthur Badia. Dylan Owusu Achu Banahene Sabulski. Andrew Beinstein. Alexander Samuel Bennett. James Garland Bentley. Luke Wilbert Bertels. Alexander Bertoloni Melli. Jeffrey James Bollinger. Daniel Peterson Booth. Anton Bovin. Benjamin Savell Boyajin. Stanley Alexander Breitweiser. Samuel Joseph Bryant. Charmaine M. Butt. Katie Marie Carlisle. Manuel Antonio Castro. Samantha S. Chen. Zidi Chen. Samantha Chang. Eric S. Cho. Uday Sankar Chakunathan. Hang Chu. Jahan A. Clays. Lauren Francis Clark. Spencer Allen Clayton. Naomi Esther Clayman. Dylan Henry Cohen. Bradley Adam Cohn. Adam Francis Coleman. Benjamin David Costrell. William Joseph Kramer. Max Isaac Citronbaum. Rahim Abdul Russell Damji. Eleonora S. Daskalova. Arindrima Datta. Ethan Allen DeJong. Genevieve Claire Dana. Hannah Zoe Diamond Lowe. Burke Dyler. Andrew Fan Ding. Samantha Mary Dixon. Samuel William Atwell Dooley. Matthew Douglas Dowell. Grace Ran Dwan. Jonah Asher Eaton. Taha Eziyat. Cyrus Shaheen Farazman. Joshua Benjamin Feingold. Michelle H. Feng. Yifei Feng. Charles George Fisher. Eamon D. Ford. Christopher Worthington Frock. Junhao Feng. Gwen Faith Gage. Benjamin Gold Gamage. Catherine Simon Gao. Robert Garcia. Andrea Garofalo. Lynn Hardy Garrett. Andrew Edmund Gatz. Liang Gi. Tobias Amory Gellin. Lexi Ann Goldberger. Edgar Gonzalez. Ignas Grabauskas. Graham Parker Grieve. Eric Yahweh Guan. Jia Guo. Eric Rudd Hallman. Peter Giles Hansen. Anton Harrington. Sachi Victoria Hashimoto. Nathan Allen Hockey. Narendra Prasad Hazara Singh. Ki Shen He. Tianchi He. Paige Lucille Helmer. Arthur S. Hernandez. Theodore Christian Herwig. Mitchell Croupiers Hill. Mary Elizabeth Hillegas. Jennifer Chi-Wei Hu. Rachel Alexandra Wong. Joseph Kramer Iverson. Simon David Jacobs. Jihao Jiang. Edward Gray Joseph. Matthew Totuvelil Joseph. David Kang. Edward John Carabinas. Ezra Nathan Carger. Amir Khadivi. Elias M. Khan. Ryan Alexander Klein. Alicia Arlene Klepfer. Cole Matheny Nolden. Mohammed Saeed Kadumati. Yuri Alexandrovich Kolchinsky. Aaron James Crone. Andrew Wolfram Kramer. Brad Allen Langle. Alexander Kirkman Lanzano. Abigail Eve Lapierre. Max Joseph Laponsky. Isaac Nathaniel Larkin. Alexandra Katerina Lee. Young Bum Lee. Caitlin Lee. Wesley Timothy Lee. Younghan Daniel Lee. Chelsea Allison Liu. Molly Sarah Levin. Mitchell Sidney Levy. Matthew Jeffrey Lewis. Xinyu Li. Tony Zhang Lian. Aaron Simons Lichter. Joshua Franklin Lieber. Franklin Zhang Liu. Hall Liu. Victor Yao Liu. David F. Lawrenson. Elliot Shin Liu. Andrew Reed McKee Mason. Surrey Maladi. Hannah Friendly Mark. Andrew McDonough. Scott Gillen Mendelson. Clement Miao. Joshua Sidney Miller. Dawn Rose Mitchell. Jennifer Rose Momkis. Graham Fritchin Murray. Ava Elizabeth Miles. Siddharth M. Narayanan, Connie Nahn, Nathan Allen Oftele, Michael Henry Oliver, Hannah Teresa O'Neill, Carmela Padavich, Shankara Nishant Pylor, Bridget Caitlin Pals, Bo Pang, Monica Penny, Catherine Y. Park, Siddharth Patel, Michael Davis Paul, Luke Andrew Peeler, Sarah Ann Palouse, Samuel John Panisi, Rebecca Marie Pierce, Vikram Narain Brahmakumar, Mahajaban Raman, Matthew Regosa, Stephen Jonathan Rand, Mladen R. Rasik, John William Reese, Brian James Rasutik, Stephen Reyes, Benjamin Nathaniel Riffer Reinert, James Michael Robertson, Benjamin David Rolls, Andrea Devon Rummel, Kelsey F. Ryan, Justin James Salat, Nora Lillian Sandler, Catherine Diane Schilling, Luke Michael Schmerold, Craig Stephen Sexauer, Adam Harry Shamlian, Pamela Jennifer Shapiro, Salmon S. Siddiqui, Jesse Kyle Silliman, Jacob Anthony Smith, Michael Stephen Smith, Samantha Elizabeth Spira, Alexander Patrick Stephan, Miriam Chrisandra Stevens, Gautam Dutta Strauchio, Yin Huan Y. Sung, Randy John Thomas Swan, Madison Denali Taylor, Aaron Michael Taylor Mays, Stephen Raphael Turner, Weston Joseph Ungama, Vikram Upadhyay, Kushik Vasudevan, William John Kenneth Verveels, Vrushank Vipul Vora, Benjamin Townsend Wade, Anna Rose Waldeck, Joseph Eric Walsh, Michael Wong, Samuel Jacob Waters, Jessica Marie Weber, John Stadelman Whitaker, Terrell Mitchell White, Gray Williams Wilburn, Brittany Danielle Williams, David Keith Wilson, Ryan Joseph Witzke, Giuliano Grayson Marziani Roble, Xuyang Wu, Marie Tengpei Wu, Orest Juria. Emily C. Xia. John Dazhong Xia. Xu Shao. Wayne Fan Yang. Thomas Yu. Vincent Jiwen Yu. Ryan Vincent Zarcone. Alexander Kaiser Zavaluk. Minqi Zhang. Jason Yang Zhu. Joseph Zhu. Michael Victor Zink.
Amanda L. Woodward, the William S. Gray Professor in the Department of Psychology in the College and Chair, Department of Psychology, will now present the next Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching.
Anne Henley is a cognitive psychologist who studies the mechanisms that support human communication. She is a gifted teacher who provides broad support for student engagement in scientific research. One of her students said, "Her discussion section was the academic highlight of my week for the entire year," while another student said, "Her brilliant instruction changed the way I think." However, she does more than change the way her students think. She also mentors them for life. A grateful student wrote, "Maybe the best illustration of her personal commitment to her students is the time she helped me revise and re-revise a research talk, slide by slide, ultimately meeting with me on a Sunday to make sure it all came together." Anne's contribution to students is priceless. Indeed, many alumni still consult her years after graduating. With dedication and thoughtfulness, she continues to guide students slide by slide and changes their lives. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Anne S. Henley for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching.
Inspiring mentor and insightful cognitive scientist, Anne S. Henley engages students in the classroom and the laboratory, guiding them to a deeper understanding of psychological science. Anne S. Henley, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Theo van den Hout, Professor of the Department of Near Eastern Languages and Literatures in the College and Chair of Near Eastern Languages and Literatures, will now present the final Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. This will be followed by the presentation of graduates to the President and the Dean by the Master of the Social Sciences Collegiate Division.
Clear, fun, engaging. That is how one student sums up a class by John E. Woods, a scholar in the history of Turkey, Iran, and Central Asia from the 13th to the 18th centuries. He teaches about an incredibly rich period, and his extraordinary knowledge, his dedication and passion, his ability to draw students in, and his famous PowerPoint presentations make his classes unforgettable. He's known for starting classes exactly on time and not wasting a moment. What could seem like an obligatory core requirement becomes the favorite class of the quarter. And according to students, he is one of the best teachers in the university, and his classes the best they've taken in their lives. Mr. President, I have the honor to present John E. Woods for the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Education.
A renowned scholar and gifted teacher, John E. Woods guides his students with a sure hand through the fascinating world of the Islamic Middle Ages and Central Asia. John E. Woods, on behalf of the University of Chicago, I now confer upon you the Llewellyn John and Harriet Manchester Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching. Congratulations.
Mr. President, Dean Boyer, as Master of the Social Sciences Collegiate Division, I have the honor to present for their diploma these students who have completed programs in the social sciences. Mohammed H. Abdallah, Arun Abraham Singh, Edwin Donovan Abundis, Anthony Javier Aburad IV, Walid Faisal Al-Bassam, Yandi Alcala, Blake Dixon Alex, Amir Faraz Aladdin, Melissa Almonte, Ferris Ali, David Antonio Amaro, Tara J. Anantharam, Joseph Fontaine Anderson, Iram Antika, Teas Nitin Antukar, Patricia Angelica Arbonia Irizarry, Claire Courtney Arnold, Shireen Hillary A. Ashley, Nelson Edward Olner, Darian Singh Bailey, Andrew S. Bach, Emily Ann Bowe, Dove Peter Joseph Barbanal, Robert Connor Bartleman, Jane Watkins Dixon Bartman, Amra Basic, Jasmine Miriam Bath, Michael PKD Batten, Lauren Grace Baumgardner, Maria Jackie Bavaro, Sophia Catherine Benbenick, Teo Jorgen Sidney Benjamin, Daniel Sanders Benner, Seferina Young Birch, Evan Montgomery Bernard, Nathan Miller Blau, Sam Gabriel Blobaum, Ryan M. Bober, Anna Maria Bokun, Alexa Grace Bolton. Christina Paige Brent. Shani Carey Braun. Daniel Thomas Breyer. Morgan Elizabeth Britt. Aaron Joseph Brogan. Robert Richard Brown II. Thomas Raymond Brutowski. Joshua James Barant. Katherine Lynn Burkhart. Francis Shannon Burns. Blair Elizabeth Big. Zipe Kai. William David Calvin. James Thomas Camp. Sherry Lily Cow. Erwin Carl. Caitlin Marielle Carpenter. Stephanie Carvajal. Jennifer Janai Casper. Lisette Castillo. Wojtek Cermak. Emma Maria Luz Cervantes. Adam Harrison Chekhov. Arundhati Chandrasekhar. Jay Gul Chang. Julia Zhenyu Chang. Maya R. Chang. Sohong Stephanie Chang. Melissa Thidara Chantalangsi. Rudoti Tatterjee. Alicia Binying Chen. Brian Kanmai Chen. Eugenia Siyuan Chen. Euphenia Simeon Chen. Greg Wiyu Chen. Karen Chen. Kimberly Chen. Victor Chen. Daniel Manhan Chang. Chanel Moonlum Chu. Yongjung Chu. Andrew Lee Choi. Yang Yan Choi. Seoyun Choi. Nicholas Benjamin Cholst. Justina Jane Chung. Michael Anthony Seifer. Arthur Wesley Adam Seeley. Erica Marie Cisneros. Begum Sital. Elizabeth Ann Clark. Randall Sean Clopton. Wolfgang Philip Connell. Nina Lee Coombs. Vincent Arcangelo Cortina. Arunobu Gabriel Corrine. Catherine Maria Cote. Julia Leanne Covello. Joseph Michael Cronin. Catherine M. Cronin. Paloma Keta Cruz. Ozan Chukbukchu. Carolyn Ann Sirana. Jissy Syriac. Catherine Mary Dana. Andre Daniliuk. Alexander Sidney Davis. Derek Mark Davis. Harriet Franklin Davis. Sonia Helena Dektar. Nicole Marie Del Zanero. Elizabeth Rose Denhup. Stephen Christopher Denning. Parker Lawrence Dorenzis. Richard Roberto Delofeot Mansour. Christopher Jack DeWing. Patrick Hand Dexter. Sharada Dhammasankar. Samuel Diaz. Yvette Uloma Demiria. Anna Isabella Meseravi Dinwoody. Anthony Joseph Domel. Emma Derry Dries. Brian Patrick Duffy. Elizabeth Dupont. James Zentaro Ebert. Jonathan David Einhorn. Noel Imros Ijas. James Rabelais Ekstrom. Michael Patrick Ember. Marvin Martin Espinosa. Yuto Izore. Matthew Patrick Faherty. Jonathan Richard Fallon. Bonnie Yan Fan. Alexander David Farris. John Burroughs Fonan. Jonathan Fang. Benjamin Edward Field. Victoria Kiseleva Fine. Peter Donald Finn. Sharona Janai Ford. Aerik Christin Francis. Maya Shopkow Frazier. Albert Alexander Fry. Jack M. Friedman. Madeline Leigh Frigo. Joshua Logan Fuller. Mario Edge Ganj. Samuel Arthur Gage. Ian Maxwell Gaines. Iwan Galatzin. Elizabeth Anita Galka. John Patrick Gallagher. Pranav Gandhi. Amanda Nicole Gaspar. Emily Rachel Gonsier Gurdon. Adhib Ahmed Ghazali. Haben Johannes Gerabgerbesh. Michael Tremel Gilliam. Hans Michel Glick. Adam Benjamin Thal Gluck. Ashkat Gol. Aaron Jiwen Go. Zachary Ethan Goldaber. Hannah DeSchmidt Goldberg. Shen Gong. Jessica Rose Goodman. Catherine Mariam Guggens. Carolyn Jane Gorski. Stephanie Lauren Gratch. Brian Adam Green. Lydia Sophia Green. Maurice Green IV. Alexa Nicole Greenwald. Sarah Elizabeth Gregory. Catelyn Gardner Gray. Colin Matthew Griffith. Ashley Elizabeth Grimes. Haley T. Groomer. Natalie Karim Gwindi. David Hao Guo. Reina Sua Guo. Heath Lyman Gustafson. Janice Esther Guzon. Elena Huji Michael. Neolofar Hafizi. Mason Joseph Harless. Michaela Michelle Harms. Natasha Catherine Harnwell Davis. Zahed Abdul Hasib. Felipe Hayakawa Serpa. Taylor Elizabeth Hayes. Ana Maria Carmen Hernandez. Jace Tyler Harriman. Benjamin Shepard Hurst. Alexandra Ray Hicks Hardiman. Melissa Marie High. Erin Brittany Hilliard. Harsh Surendra Hiranandani. Lei Chern Ho. Sheila Y. Ho. Alexander Adams Hoare. Beatrice Dyer Hobson. Terrence James Hogan. Henry Gustav Hoglund. Anders Bertil Hogstrom. Andrew Hong. Manal Wajia Hossein. Jake Tyler Howry. Ryan Alexander Hoyt. Charles Queen Huang. Leighton Nicole Hutch. Brett Allen Huff. Charles Norman Hughes. Catherine Grace Huntington. Sarah Elizabeth Hupp. Abdullah Ali Hassan Mahmoud Mohammed Hussein. Faisal Ali Hassan Mahmoud Mohammed Hussein. Jillian Janelle Jacoby. Shivangi Jen. Chandler Donovan James. Luke Jang. Jackson Scott Jenkins. Alex Wusik Jiang. Jessica Sherry Gia. Thomas Michael Joe. Megan Lucia Mowers Johnson. Portia Camille Johnson. Safia Corinne Johnson. Vaidehi Joshi. Joanna Boidarova Kadeva. Maya Kalis. Jason Kwanmo Kang. Monsu Kang. Nur Iqbal Kara. Neil Satish Karandikar. Cheyenne Karbasi. Charles Kenneth Kargman. Jonathan Paul Katz. Lindsay Alice Kell. Chelsea Elizabeth Kendall. Pafon Kiatsakuldacha. Hai Sung Kim. Ji Young Kim. Minguk Kim. Minju Kim. Raymond H. Kim. Shin Kim. Suwan Kim. John Him King. Hugo Atchison Kirk. Amory Michael Sebastian Kish. Gabriel Cabral Kitamura. Daniel Joseph Kitson. Matthew Joseph Klein. Gail Allen Klikokta. Stephanie Nicole Coach. David Oscar Kohler. Emily Elizabeth Kratz. Vladislav Alexandrovich Krokmal. Lily K. Kubota. Lee Elijah Kuhn. Victor Yu Kung. Madeline Yvonne Kush Kavanaugh. Jonathan Amen Labib. Thomas Joseph Lakaria. Chui Son Lai. Sophia Carolyn Lambert. Jack Lipinski. Angela Christine Lascala Grunwald. Winifred Y. Lau. Ian Reed Lazarus. Elizabeth Ann Leahy. Rebecca Lauren Leader. Alexandra Ting Lee. Hei Ree Lee. Hannah Lee. Honggu Lee. Jung Si Alexander Lee. Matthew Haesung Lee. Paul C. Lee. Saim Lee. Scott Taesup Lee. Shanre Marissa Lee. Thomas Jinhee Lee. Weiyan Matthew Lee. E. Tyler Leggett. Lillian Anna Lehrer. Caitlin Mary Leskovac. Catherine Ann Letty. Catherine Brittany Liu. Angela Gong Lee. Dan Young Lee. Dixon Guosheng Lee. Shansin Lucy Lee. John Justin Liang. Dean Lowe. John Christopher Go Lim. Marley Vincent Lindsay. Andrew Liu. Claude Vernon Lockhart. Jessica Lopez. Zachary Jonathan Lubear. Julia Marie Laughlin. Maya Lozinski. Connie Jia Lu. Jialing Lu. Matthew Meyer Lukens. Wen Qi Lue. Chiying Lum. Sarah Nicole Lundgren. Sharon Rebecca Lurye. Heather Selena Lyon. Victor Yanchi Ma. Claire Kimberly Mas. Claire Lambert Macavicius. Nerida Maksuti. Arjun Kumar Malhotra. Vaibhav Manchanda. Donya Mansubi. Sally Mae Mansour. Rohan Reddy Mantani. Anna Bernadine Marbach. John David Marshall. Susanna Marie Marshall. Annalise Michelle Marty. Dylan Charles Massey. Ravine Joseph Matthew. Ashley L. Mayo. Michael Finnan McCown. Matthew Ian McDonald. John Eldon Moran McDonough. Madeline Louise McManus. Ryan David Merkel. C. Meow. Sarah Elizabeth Misko. Wilson Mew. Matthew Moe. Tracy Mock. Kareem Mohammed. Tanya Mukherjee. Sehyoung Moon. Omari Kamau Moore. Jameson McCormick Moriarty. Joshua Aaron Morris Levinson. Ariel Jessica Mosley. Cassie Moy. Julianne Majira. Stephanie A. Mui. Corey Ann Mulder. Ruth Agnes Mulvihill. Archit Morali. Alastair Fritchen Murray. Alexander Lawrence Murray. Christiane Elizabeth Murray. Michelle Chantel Mushuplewitz. Marima Mustafik. Tanuja Rajan Nadarajan. Dong Ha Nam. Matthew J. Neer. Aija Zuzi Neymar Anirudh. Jacqueline Rayanne Nesbitt. Robert Peter Newell. Melanie Brenda Eng. Benjamin Edward Norquist. Matthew Ryan Ochowski. Catherine Dolores O'Connor. Omotunde Okesanya. Chukwu Ka Clarence Oko. Michael Theodore Olenek. Elena Marie Olivieri. Dorothy Ann Oleszewski. Ryan James O'Malley. Alec Charles Ontiveros. Grace Hyunsuk Kim Pai. Jeffrey Pan. Shuhao Pang. Shunamika Panigrahi. Kyle Kwame Panton. Diana Young Park. Grace Soyoung Park. Haeyeon Park. Ross Michael Parquet. Chantil Adria Parlett. Przemysław Polukowski. Cami Pearson. Annie Yushin Pei. Samuel Atticus Pearl. Abigail Drew Pershing. Alexandra Montero Peters. Kelsey Joan Peterson. Anna Ruyi Faust. Matthew Cannon Phillips. David Reed Pilch. Francis Robert Pinter. Karim Shirali Pirani. Yakim Pironshenko. Christopher John Pope. Jennifer Pauline Porter. Danielle Povitsky. Thomas Ryan Prendergast. Sam Decatur Preston. Benjamin Matthias Prince. Kelly Marie Podolek. Rohan Brijmohan Puri. Anum Kadir. John Jingkong Kuo. Ichin Chu. Shun Kwek. Julia Adele Quigley, Walter Stephen Quintanilla, Luis Alejandro Quintero, Jacob Louis Rabinowitz, Varun Rai, Brent Ian Rappaport, Caitlin Elizabeth Reardon, Sarah Kumamuaku Makou Waipae Rechtenwald, Mark Andrew Reed, Eric Dale Reyes, Nicole Francis Reyna, Jessica Hiso Rowe, Allison Palace Roberts, Emma Gonzalez Roberts, Charles Dixon Rock, Bradford Alexander Rogers, Yongho Rowe, Theodosia Jean Rossi, Michael Christopher Roulet, Daniel Joseph Rua, Timothy M. Rudnicki, Catherine Rose Sacco, Vidushi Sahai, Ozgun Sak, Umang Sanghai, Michael Edward Sarche, Timur Saridarelli, Thomas Edward Shankler, Richard W. Schmidt, Stephanie K. Schmidt, Jake Francis Schramm, Taylor Isaac Schwimmer, Forrest Dylan Schofield, Lauren Winifred Sedlak, Isabel Mira Sen, Nicholas Villarreal Serna, Xavier Francis Serrani, Daniel Peter Shank, Gail Devanka Sharma, Rohan Sharma, Sachin Sharma, Nicholas Moses Shatan, Emily Victoria Shaw, William Lawrence Shaw, Harold Bart Sheffery, Lucy Shen, Rebecca Michelle Silverberg, Jeffrey Michael Simnick, Sahiba Kaur Sindhu, Skeet Michael Singleton, Robert William Sittig, Marshall Jan Bayardo Smith, Robert Knight Snyder, Martin Chihin So, Jeff J. Son, Joshua Sunglak Son, Ro Kuk Song, Shuli Song, Grace Elizabeth Zonabend, Vidor Sood, Alexander Demetrius Soteropoulos, Nia Kaylin Soto, Derek Albert Spencer, Tanya R. Speza, Lauren Luttrell Springett, Vias Katigano Hale Shrivenas, Nikita Shriram, Caitlin Marie Stengel, Anna M. Stapleton, Kevin Allen Steele, Natalie Nicole Steppen, Andrew Zachary Stevenson, Catherine Amanda Kayla Stewart, Marissa Celine Strom, Benjamin Andrews Struve, William E.K. Steuben, Adam Zuhua Sun, Charlie Chungbo Sun, Kiara Michelle Suttles, Soma Shabo, Zolt Benz Sabo, Marianne Tamrazi, Tiffany Kayla Tanwei Shan, Dongse Tang, James Tao, Catherine Jane Tarsney, Nikhil Ryan Tekchadani, Navroz Nizar Tarani, Tyler Christian Thomas Morris, Eric Ian Thompson, Charles Y. Chen, Candice Marlena Tack, Royceline Catherine Todd, Tui Q Kim Tran, Manrico Alfred Transiliti, Kelsey Christina Turner, Noelle Elizabeth J. Tortor, Jeffrey James Tybersky, Melissa Merv Unver, Cullen Ryan Urbano, Rachel Ann Vadalin, Olivia Lynn Vargas, Magdalene K. Vaughn, Sean Daniel Venard, Maxime James Vicio, Zachary Todd Vonanen, Ariel L. Von Hippel, Sonia Voria, Druti Varajas Vas, Thomas David Douglas Wagner, Annie Wang, Arlene Wang, Caroline Wang, Cindy Shenhui Wang, Kang Wang, Leon John Wang, Susanna Meiwei Wang, Yashi Wang, Christopher Soden Warren, Alicia Logan Warwick, Anthony Gray Watson, Anjanique Maria Watt, Spencer Michael Watts, Thomas Webb, Noah Weiland, Ava Gabrielle Weiss, Theodore J. Welch, Preston Lee Worth, Eric Harris Wesson, Benjamin Michael Wheeler, Colleen Marie White, William Robert Wilcox, Peter Robert Wilk, Madeline Grace Williams, Marguerite Claire Wilson, Emily Erin Wilt, Victoria Mara Winogora. Charles Austin Winship. Matthew Clayton Wolf. Yijin Wang. Tiffany Gale Wang. Ava Wojciech Mlanik. Bella C. Wu. Eric Wu. Patrick Y. Wu. Stephanie Wu. Elise Joy Woomer. Jennifer Miranda Shah. Jing Eileen Zing. Jie Shu. Ida Catherine Yazada. Shirley Du Yan. Angela S. Yang. Bo Wen Yang. Lilie Yang. Runun Yang. Vicky Wakey Yang. Hope Yao. Malhret Yared. Yo-Win Yo. Chunhua Young. Riyang Yi. Jeffrey Yo. Ben Chunlin Yu. Vivian Amy Yoon. Ariadne Marika Teresa Mitchell Yulo. John Makowski Zakrickson. Alishba Farouk Zain. Karen Zanil. Nicholas C. Zabrowski. Alexander Robert Zempolik. Ebtipsan Zainu. Jaffe Zhang. Yuan C. Zhang. Kathy Zhou. Delia Zhao. Alan C. Zhu. And Benjamin Adam Zigterman.
Mr. President and Dean Boyer, as Marshal of the University, I have the honor of presenting for their diplomas the Student Marshals in 2014. Appointed by the President for their excellent record in academic studies and their contributions to the university and its community, they have served exceedingly well as Student Marshals. Megan Elizabeth Anderlew. Michael Wyman Begun. Elizabeth Marie Behrens. Nora Rose Bingham. John Colin Bradley. Joseph Stefano Caputo. Hunter Sato Chase. Daniel Lee Como. Jessica Carter Kuhn. John Robert Dulac. Martha Kelly Falgren. Vincente Javier Fernandez. Lily Elizabeth Gaboret. Rebecca Nicole Guterman. Nathan Tyler Hatch. Benjamin Roy Heller. Daniel August Henn. Evan Mael Hernandez. Jane Huang. Tessa Dorothy Huttenlocker. Evan Jin. Kip William Johnson. Derek Connor Johnston. David Samuel Kaner. Ta Hee Koo. Alyssa Gabrielle Lothar. Eugene Lee. James Arthur Manley. Reuben Noel McCraner. Jason Keno McCreary. Alida Camille Miranda Wolf. Caitlin Monk. Gabrielle Chelsea Newell. Ji Yoon No. Ling Yi Peng. Max Schultz. Orville Mukesh Shah. Robert Eric Shoemaker. Austin Weaver Turner Smith. Jamila Akia Taylor. Savannah Jennifer Tice. Maddie Froji Toma. Sang Gun Yu. Grace Rayan Zhang. And Annie Zhang. Please stand for the singing of the university's alma mater. Please be seated.
Ending college is probably as hard as beginning it. It's also hard to end a job, a friendship, a relationship, and it's even hard to end writing a big book. You can view today as the beginning of an end or as the end of the beginning of a new set of relationships with the college and your fellow classmates that will extend over the next 60 years or more. In fact, you will never really end your relationship with the University of Chicago. Many reunions await you and beckon you, many occasions to renew and enrich friendships first made at Chicago, to help spread the word about the college, to interview prospective students, to do volunteer work, to advance the cause of liberal education, and to join the many intellectual events that our Alumni Association sponsors every year. As for the future in which that new beginning will take place, it's yours to shape and to wield. Futures do not just happen, they are built, and you have the chance to build your future in the right way. Edward Levy once warned that the greatest danger facing universities is the insidious and reasonable thought that mediocrity also has its uses. This is also true for the university's individual members, and I hope we have taught you well to avoid that danger in every moment of the lives ahead of you. Universities such as ours are not givens. The community which is the university is the hard-won invention of many, many generations. One generation comes to the university and gains a magnificent education, an education that transforms and enriches their lives. And then that generation helps the next generation and the process continues up to the present day. The steadfastness and generosity of our community has enabled a fearlessness on behalf of freedom and a zeal on behalf of knowledge. Your years at Chicago have helped to enrich your own freedom to engage and to participate in the world, a world of fascinating differences and distinctions, a world that invites and needs the cultivation of sensibilities about ideas, about relating to and understanding other people, about not taking things for granted, about practical wisdom. The basic intellectual habits that this college has always fostered are in fact core civic virtues desperately needed by our society at large. Few institutions have had such power to do good in the world, and fewer still have used it so effectively. You are the heirs of a great tradition, and you are also the hope of all of our futures. May you encounter great and good fortune in the fascinating journeys that lie ahead of you, and I wish you Godspeed. Godspeed to all of you.
Vela, vela, vela.
Vela, vela, sic
Vela, vela.
Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Tinama UFC. Vela, vela, sic bone.
Vela, vela.
Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Tinama UFC.
Vela, vela.
Vela, sic bone. Vela, 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 vela. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Tinama UFC.
Vela, vela.
Vela, sic bone. Vela, 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 vela. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Tinama UFC. Vela, vela, sic bone.
Vela, vela.
Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Vela, sic bone. Tinama UFC.
I thank you for attending today's ceremony, and on behalf of the university, extend best wishes to all graduates and their family and friends. I also welcome you to continue today's celebration by joining your respective class under the tents in Harper, Classics, and Social Science Quadrangles for a reception. Please remain in place until the platform party and graduates have withdrawn. This now concludes the College Diploma Ceremony of the 519th Convocation of the University of Chicago.